Hello everyone. So today's topic is HR management during volatile times. So we have witnessed a couple of volatile times during the past couple of years, and we are aware very much of how this impacts the organizations and overall the human capital or the employees of any organization. So I believe this topic is very significant right now, and let us look at how the employees or the HRM can do their best to ensure the productivity of the human capital of the organization. So I'm going to introduce you to two significant points that the professionals have, started using in the past couple of years. And those terms are VUCA, that is VUCA, and the other word is BANIWorld. So let's look at what are these two significantly new to me. I don't know how many of you are aware of these terms. For me, these are pretty new compared to what I have studied in my college or universities. So VUCA stands for volatility, uncertainty, complexity, and ambiguity. So it sums all the uncertainties of the world into an acronym. So VUCA, okay, so that is what it generally refers to a situation where the market or the entire circumstances of the business is going through a very uncertain, very volatile situation. So it's basically that it makes these conditions makes the organization difficult to analyze and progress. Like, we are not able to analyze what is going to be the outcome of the situation. So that is why this term has been coined called VUCA. Now the second word is BANIWorld. BANIWorld, it basically stands for brittle. The people are, or the situation, the system is brittle. People are anxious. The system or the results are non-linear. Generally, we know that we are taught that if we have this kind of a cause, we get this kind of an effect. Generally, from the circumstances or the market situation or the fluctuations, we know, okay, if this kind of fluctuation happens, this is the result we are going to obtain from the market. But in this kind of situations, the results are non-linear. We are completely unsure what is going to be the cause and the effect of this kind of situation, because nobody knows or nobody has handled this kind of a complete shutdown or a complete a remote work environment. Nobody knows. So that is why the stands for N stands for non-linear, and I stands for incomprehensible. We are not able to comprehend what are the results of this kind of situation. So these are the two terms that I'm going to introduce you to. That is VUCA, VUCA, and BANIWorld, where the systems are completely brittle. Nobody is very sure if the systems are going to work, or at any time it may be so fragile that it can break down. And the results are not linear, and people are really stressed. How do we handle, how do the HRM planning to handle these kind of situations in an organization? And I'm specifically talking about HRM because compared to any other organization, HRM are the people who are directly tackling the human capital of the organization, the most significant asset of any organization. So I'm giving the importance to the HR people of the organization in handling any volatile situation. So let's dive into this. So compared to other departments or divisions, HR teams play a bigger role to cater to during tough times. Obviously, the market is undergoing a lot of discrepancies which impact all the departments. Simultaneously, the workforce, the manpower, the human capital, the most significant asset of the organization is going through a lot of stress and uncertainties. Hence, the role of HR becomes extremely crucial. So the HR need to ensure that we tackle the human capital in such a manner that they are able to stay in the lane, are equipped mentally, socially, and physically to handle these kind of uncertain situations. So as always, I'm not going to elaborate on all the methodologies and methods that can be taken to ensure that a safe execution of these strategies. I'll just share in brief 5 significant and crucial points that an HR management team can use to ensure that the employees are well catered to and are in the right environment to handle any challenges. So let's look into this. The first and foremost, mental wellness of employees. Second point, work-life balance. Third point, family concerns. Fourth point, incorporating external factors to work. Fifth point, keeping the numbers of the organizations or the numbers of the business intact. Okay, the first point, mental wellness of employees. First of all, I'm not a mental health specialist or a health or a wellness specialist. I'm just an HR professional. So whatever points I'm covering here will be from an HR perspective and not from a wellness or a professional healthcare specialist perspective. So please understand that. So, okay, mental wellness, any human or, okay, what do I say? Machines can keep on working as long as the energy supply is there. As long as the electricity supply is there, machines can keep on working. But as humans, we need the required supply of for our energy. We need the mental wellness. We need the health and physical wellness to move ahead, to ensure that our organization or the people are in the right setup to work and proceed. So HR, okay, the most significant point of an HR team during the volatile times is communication. Communication, communication, communication. These are the three significant points of any tough situation to ensure that the employees are in place and are doing the fantastic work to keep the company afloat. HR teams need to develop proper communication plans to ensure that all the plans of the organization are communicated to the employees. What are the changes that the organization is planning to bring in terms of the department wise or working remotely? What are the changes the HR people or the organization is planning to bring into the organization? Communicate to the employees. Ensure the kind of safety measures that are put in place by the organization, by the government, by the circumstances, whatever has requested, whatever the circumstances is demanding. Ensure that these safety measures are in place. Ensure that all the available resources for the employees to work peacefully are available. So, and communicate that these things are available and these can be acquired in such and such a manner. So communication, 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 communication is the key in mental wellness of employees during the tough times. So make sure they communicate, make sure we communicate, make sure there is a proper communication channel in terms of uncertainties. Second point is work-life balance. Definitely. Work-life balance, I mean, during uncertain times, or the BANIWorld, what the professionals have termed it as the term BANIWorld, where the situation is very brittle, people are stressed out and anxious, we ensure that the system or the company organization is not so rigid. We make sure that the situation is flexible. We give the thing to the employees. We make sure that they're comfortable enough to contribute their best to the organization in the least stressed out manner possible. So how do we make it possible? We ensure that if the employees are finding it difficult to commute to the organization, ensure that it's okay, they can work remotely, they can do online meetings. So we ensure that these resources are made available to them, and there is a flexible work timings. If they're going through something, let them have a paid day off. Give them all the resources. Bring in a flexibility to the overall organization to ensure that the environment is the least stressed out, least anxious. Just to give them the work-life balance by ensuring a flexible schedule of work timing or the work location. Now the third one, family concerns. So any external factor going on in the society or community, it's going to impact the families. Definitely it's going to impact. So we have to ensure that the family concerns of the employees are taken care of. So we give them responsibilities to make arrangements to prioritize their personal and professional what ambiguities that they may come across, to ensure that they have made the proper arrangements to handle any difficulties in terms of their personal or professional challenges they may face. So give them the responsibilities, give them the time, give them the schedule, and make sure, ask them to handle and to put things in place. Ask them if they do need any resources, to how to plan, how to coordinate, how to arrange. Give them the resources. So ensure that if the family is at peace, the employee is at peace. If the employee is at peace, the family is at peace. Both these things work in correlation to each other. So we ensure that the family concerns of the employees are absolutely taken care of. So this is the third point. The fourth point is incorporating external factors to work. Okay, definitely the organization is not an island. It's not separate from the community or the society or the state or the country. It is within a place. So we need to understand that how do we incorporate the external changes smoothly into the functioning of the organization. So definitely the changes outside are going to, the government policies are definitely going to impact the organization. The market changes are definitely going to impact the organization. So how do we incorporate these changes, external changes, into the organization? So we have to do it in a very smooth manner, again reducing the ambiguities and uncertainties to the bare minimum, keeping it to the bare minimum. So the easiest way to handle the uncertainty is to understand, stop, and listen to what are the changes happening. Listen to the changes, listen to the market, listen to the employees, listen to the government authorities. Keep listening, keep listening. So stop, look around, keep listening to what all is happening, and then incorporate the organization change in a smooth manner, incorporating these changes of the external factors. So it has to be in the most smooth and flexible manner as possible. So that is the fourth point, that is incorporating changes within the organization, which is relevant to the external factors. These changes are not brought in for the internal due to the internal factors of the organization, but rather due to the external factors. So we have to consider both the external and the internal, and then bring about the changes. Maybe I can discuss on this topic again in a later topic. Anyway, now the fifth point is keeping the numbers or the business intact. Okay, definitely that is the key here. We have to ensure that at the end of the day, all these employees are dependent upon this organization. So we have to ensure that the numbers are coming in and the organization is afloat and nothing is sinking, Post the vulnerability or the VUCA or the BANIWorld, we need the organization and the people to sustain and thrive and move on. So we cannot let these things impact or halt the performance of the organization. So how do we ensure that even if the organization is not thriving, at least ensure that the organization is floating without any losses or debts? So we need to think strategically without the emotions getting into the way. Think strategically, understand the challenges what are going on, understand the needs of the employees and the company, gather the information pertaining to the loss and profit. I'm talking about the HR, okay, not the finance or the accounts. I'm talking about the HR's point of view. Get in the details of the profit and loss of the organization. Think of the loopholes. Think of the retention strategies, think of the development of the employees, make sure that they're trained enough to handle and create a relentless and a motivated bunch of employees to ensure that they're contributing for the retention. And of course, if they are able to thrive, well and good. If the organization is able to thrive because of such a motivated employee crowd, then go for it. So ensure that we gather the enough data pertaining to all these things and develop and implement the proper goals to achieve the proper goals, and put the plans in place. Take a risk analysis and put in the correction methodologies to ensure that these plans are executed and the profits or the goals are achieved by the organization. So these are the 5 points that I would like to discuss regarding HR management during volatile times. Again, these points are not universal. These points are just general points. It can vary from situation to situation, people to people, organization to organization. Nothing is concrete. So, but these are the basic 5 points which would be useful for any HR professionals during times of uncertainties. So I hope you people, I hope this video becomes useful to all the professionals and organizations and managers out there. So keep having a fantastic professional life, keep the profits going up, and wishing you all a very best of the rest of the year. So bye bye. Thank you for your time.